I'll tell you what, Kentucky will make you put all your air conditioning vents on your car pointed directly at you at all times. My God, it's a hot place. It is a scorcher down here. It's noon. It says 84, but it feels like 204. It is a hot day here in Kentucky. I already went first trip with Militant. He was good. I'm going to go last trip with Lonely Lakewood, then Militant, then Pickpocket, and get the races underway. Wanted to do my videos as I was doing this. I didn't get a chance to do them yesterday. I should have done them on the way down to Kentucky. Yes, I should have. But I woke up fresh today. I'll get them done today, and then as I go to the restaurant tonight, before I go back to Northfield Park go back to Lisbon via Northfield Park, I think I'll use the restaurant Wi-Fi to upload your videos. So let's get to the racehorses here. Atlas Hanover getting in Georgian this week, just trying to find the right spot for this guy. Sometimes we're learning that it isn't all about having the best horse, the fastest horse, because there's always faster ones. There's always better ones. It's about having the right horse in the right place at the right time. It's not an easy thing to do. It seems like, I put it to somebody the other day, it's like you're playing chess and all of a sudden somebody comes along and adds squares to the board. It's difficult to do sometimes, and we're doing the best we can. Atlas Hanover's in Georgian on Tuesday. HL Blue, hold on. Greatest ending. Did pop that pus pocket. They're working at his feet good. His blood was down. His red count was down. His hemoglobin. Not shocking with a horse that may be a little bit sick also. So he's coming back around. They'll get him ready to go, I suspect, 10 days. He'll be ready to go again. HL Blue, I talked to Mark last night, and I just didn't like the way he trained on Saturday, to be honest. It seems like it's one good training trip and 3 bad training trips with this guy, and I'm just wondering, we always knew he's a big, gorgeous, good-looking stud. We always knew, much like, who's the horse we had before? The Amish would be very interested in at top dollar, so the majority of the money we put in him was safe. It was always going to be safe. We just don't want to get to a point where that is starting to erode. I guess considering what we paid for him, probably already has a little bit. Now, I don't want to get into a position where we're trying to mitigate losses or lots of losses with this guy. So we're going to keep a very close eye on HL Blue. I was happy with him last week, but wasn't super thrilled with him on Saturday. So we'll see what next week brings for HL Blue. I Forbid You was awesome. We knew she was sitting. We hoped. Didn't know. We hoped she was sitting on a mile like that. Got a great trip. Been very fortunate with the trips we got all week. She got a great trip and pounced on them and looked really, really good winning. JK Mickey Mantle, the qualifier isn't an exoneration of the 2 breaks. His qualifier was a good, easy qualifier for him. Also eligible at Northfield. Is there something for him at the Meadows? I could reach out to Tim and ask him. It'd probably be a more forgiving surface for him. He's already raced there. It was so weird because we were bidding on that Joe Paw horse like 3 weeks ago, and the video they had of him winning in 150, I was 4th with JK Mickey Mantle. That was his first start for us. The horse that finished 2nd was Atlas Hanover. So pretty interesting race to watch. So JK Mickey Mantle's already raced at the Meadows once. Now that he didn't get in at Northfield, I may have to pivot, I guess. We'll see what's available for him next week at the Meadows. JK Victory was very good the other night. Again, short field, not his forte. 149-2. He had to pace 50-50-1. He looked very, very good. Renegade Gypsy. I'm jumping over horses again. Looks like money. Wrong horse to jump over. He'll be racing in the Vincennes, I think it's called, and then he will be coming back to Canada shortly after that. Renegade Gypsy made that break the other night. Just got to get this guy back on track. It looked like he was. Then he made that break and jumped on his foot. We need to get him going back forward. So looking for a little bit of a reset mentally for him. So we're going to switch it up and move him over. We'll go for a week probably with him at Northfield. Probably qualify him at Northfield and then assess where we need to go. I have talked to Ron Burke about potentially taking him. I'm not outside talking to Tim about taking him. I think a distant third would be a Northfield run. I think it's more likely Indiana Meadows, but we'll see how he is this week. Resolute Bay will likely come back in the next week or so. Just want to give him 3 weeks, 4 weeks off. Not giving him 2 months off. I'm dead against that. So probably 3 weeks is what he'll get and then come back in. Yo Mister was 4th the other night. Looked good, Yo Mister, but is there a better spot for him? I can't answer. I'm not saying there is. I don't know. But chasing those horses, for a 4-year-old, it's very tough to do. Stacy and Brett have done a great job managing him, but I have to ask. It's my job to ask sometimes too. Is there a better spot for him? I don't know the answer to that just yet. Good as him, walking, swimming, looking good, doing so. We'll re-x-ray him this week. I suspect he can start back jogging now. Locatelli will come back in, I suspect, this week, next week, something like that. I got to check the dates. We'll get him back in. No free lunch. Looks like Harry's got him back, moving in the right direction. Closing fourth, just beat by Lala's Shadow for third. Paced a mile 50 and 150 and 2, something like that. But looked really, really good. Think of Galaxies. I love this mare. Man, she trained good the other day. I can't wait to race her. She's going to race at Northfield Park next week. I know we talked about Woodbine, but after watching her replays and talking to Yannick, she does get out and get a little rough in the straights. Shorter the straights, the better the racing. And the way she trained at Northfield Park the other day, I think that's a good spot for her right now. Oakwood Cowboys in at Mohawk. Might take a few starts to get him back going faster. Speed shouldn't be a problem with him, so we'll see how he races. Might take a start or two to get him back going in the straight and narrow. Stay close again. I just thought he was flat the other night, and I said, no, that's enough. Bring him over here. We're going to shake him up too. He's going to the Meadows next Thursday, Kings County. Flat the other day. He should be back in soon, I would imagine. What do you want me to say? One of the best horses we've ever had, and he was flat one race. Boo-hoo. He'll be fine next week. They can't be good all the time. White Tiger is in to go this week. Daryl Teeson's going to get a couple of drives for us out of Oakwood Cowboy and White Tiger. Nobody's there. It's a Battle Waterloo Monday night elimination, so we have a catch driver on those horses. Somebody said, could you not have rushed back? Yeah, I could have rushed back. Yeah, I chose not to rush back. You know, Mohawk asked too, we need drivers on a bunch of horses. I don't want to drive a bunch of picked over horses at Mohawk. And as far as White Tiger goes, I'm not driving him next week. I don't really need to drive him this week. I don't think I offer anything to White Tiger now. Maybe when he was 2 and 3, but that was then. This is now. Oakwood Cowboy, I've never driven him. So Daryl Teeson obviously offers as much as I would. So no, I wasn't rushing back. I'm going to take my time going back. In fact, I am going to get back in 5 hours, which puts me in Ontario at 6:30. You know where it puts me? At my son's baseball game in Ancaster. That's where it puts me. So, White Tiger, good luck to everybody with him this week. Delicious Stone DK is racing this week at Plain Ridge, I believe. Hopefully, we can get this guy back in the straight and narrow. Patrick DePrano will be ready to go next week, and I'm going to gallop him one more fast mile on Wednesday morning. Another mile in 51 or 52. Race him the following Sunday or Monday. He'll be ready to rock. Per Lucky, he's not on the calendar. I didn't talk about him today. He's racing today in Minnesota. Good luck to Nick and everybody with Per Lucky. Took a dive off Dipper. Probably going to come out of the field next week, I would say. And Cintra a week off. Got roughed up a little bit last week. You know, Brett, I liked the first part of the race. Second part of the race was a little tough. Sometimes that happens in racing. But we needed to give him a week off, so we did. He'll race next week, mostly because that's the Class Atlas Hanover's in on Tuesday. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I'll talk to you all soon. We get the 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds to go, but I am going with Lonely Lakewood last trip first. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.